Hey everybody, it's Bridget Lynn Dolgoff, Conscious of Economics and Urban Farm Projecto. And here is the business partner. Yeah. And she's like, doesn't like to be videotaped, so she's gonna go over there and get in the water. She's gonna hide. Anyway, I just kind of want to tell the story about horsetail. So in this area, we have about 3 types of species of horsetail. And you can see one of them here. See the little tops on them? And we're by the river in the shade under a beautiful cottonwood tree. So I hope you can hear me. See, she's a plant connoisseur. She's like a cow. She loves, and I mean loves, a good grass. And there's lots of it here. This is not the area where I had harvested the horsetail. But it's just an awesome place to talk about my horsetail adventure, since, I wasn't able to talk about a lot of this stuff because my tablet bit the big one. And I had no way to do videos for a while. And a friend of mine helped me out. So anyway, horsetail. So basically what happened was that, I made a day appointment. One of the things that I like to do when I'm going to go out, I spend a lot of time looking around here in the Reno area, all different areas, to find, the different plants that I'm going to collect. And, my specialty is, pain, inflammation, structure, autoimmune system disease. So, anyway, so there was one place in particular. I felt like there was going to be about 4 places that I was probably going to have to go and actually collect the horsetail. But, so the first location that I went to, because I was looking, pretty much for the little, pine tree shaped horsetail, that has like the little branches coming off of it. But I was, if the plants indicated that I could use this tall, skinny horsetail, I would. And, I've worked with horsetail before in biodynamic farming. And then I took 3 years of online courses of Anthroposophy, plant medicine studies. And one of the plants we studied was horsetail. It's pretty amazing, actually. It's a dinosaur. And online, whether we can believe it or not, they say it's about 300 million years old. So, I'm crafting a tincture from it. And this is the other thing, too, about wildcrafting. I mean, someday I'll have land and I'll grow a lot of these medicines in my own yard. But I'd like to be more of a Johnny Appleseed and planting medicines and then going back and collecting them. Because there's something about them growing with each other, right? And horsetail likes moistness, it likes water. So I ended up going to the first location and wanting to collect horsetail for inflammatory situations, dealing with, like cartilage and tendons and ligaments, and also to help, with bone issues, helping to, what I feel like is to tighten up the structure, right? So it's kind of like all the bands, and with the structure, the bone, and with the, strappings of the bone, and helping with inflammatory stuff, as a result of that. But I put people on a regimen first of, like mullein root, to work on the inflammatories of the tissues to line the bones, and then follow it up with the horsetail. And so anyway, so I went to the first location for the horsetail, and as soon as I got onto the river trail, like this kind of a trail, see that? It's beautiful, huh? Look, goes all the way down there. Same kind of scenario. And let's see what she's doing. Over here. Come on. Over here. Come on. I know you're bored. Come on over here. Hey, let's come over here. Okay, stay over here. Good girl. All right. So, she must smell something. Anyway, so I ended up on the trail, and then Horsetail immediately started talking to me. Started talking to me about my fear. And then I really started realizing, like Horsetail is like 300 million years old, older than anything else I could eat or take. What kind of information or data, does Horsetail have in it? I mean, talk about, consciousness. And I'll tell you about these plants. The way that they don't do like photosynthesis like all the plants that, we have now. They come from an old time where they actually pull up silica out of the ground, and then they, put it into water in their bodies, Horsetail. And then what they do is they send out little droplets of beads of water with high silica content, and then they absorb the sunlight that way. The silica absorbs the sunlight. That's why if you are a vitamin D type deficient who can't absorb vitamin D, you probably are silica depleted. And you may want to take some Horsetail. Or, diatomaceous earth every day, food grade, to get the silica back up so that your skin kind of does the same thing. It'll send up, the silica with the beads of sweat on your body. And then through the sunlight, you'll be able to absorb the sunlight into your body, which will be vitamin D and a couple other things that you need. Mostly like, electrical issues. If you can't absorb sunlight, you're not getting the electrical energy generated in your body. So that's a whole other, problem. So anyway, so it started talking to me, and I was worried because, I'd only had seen a couple of the, like 10, pine tree type Horsetail, and I didn't want to take them because the environment needed them, and so I just was going to show up and see what was going to happen. But I had this whole like mental dilemma about it. And so Horsetail started talking to me like, don't worry. I'm like, well, what if I, take your medicine and then I misuse it or something like that? And I just had all this stuff going on in my head. Do I take some? Do I not take some? Do I take, tall standing Horsetail that's more prevalent? Like I just had a lot of stuff going on in my mind, and I was worried and want to do the right thing. And Horsetail was like, just stop it. Let it go. You're here, you're showing up, we're going to work together. So put all that stuff away. Like trust me, right? Trust me. Okay, so anyway, this might be part 2. We'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, so what happened is that I get to the Horsetail area that I saw these, pine tree type Horsetail. And I'm looking at it and I'm trying to decide. I mean, it had doubled in size since I was here in spring. And I hear this psst, psst. I'm over here, look over here. And I turn around and there's this little trail going off. You could barely see it. There's a lot of foliage on it, but it was going down towards the river, like hidden and concealed. So I went down and oh my God, there was like tons of the pine-shaped Horsetail. I was in shock. I think I stood there like 10 minutes, just like totally, I always have these amazing experiences, but this one was a really profound one. Being right in the, like the native way, all my relations, building this relationship with Horsetail. And then, not gifted or rewarded, but allowed, given, full access and permission to harvest exactly what I thought I might need. And I wanted to get at least, 2 jars, curing of tincture. And there it was. Like more horsetail than I could harvest. Like there's this like dimensional veil, that even kept me from seeing it until I was ready. And until, horsetail was good with me. And we were right. And, I'm not saying that the relationship's over, we're building a relationship. I have a lot to learn. But I'm so excited for the tinctures to get ready. Because I'm definitely going to take horsetail because, I'm so interested in what me harvesting in my area, which that's where, you really want your medicines to come from in your area, and harvesting them because they have all the information about your area, good, bad, or indifferent. They're collecting it on a daily basis. They're collecting it from the dirt and the water and the air. And so it's really important for you to always be local with your honey and your food and your plant medicines that you're taking. Anyway, I felt so extremely honored, and I felt like, if one of the oldest, plants in the world, has reached out to me and helped me to heal any fears that I have, who's willing to oversee me, like the old ancient wise one, watching me and looking over me and taking care of me and helping me with this work. I just feel so incredibly blessed. And I have, a teacher that knows everything now, knows everyone and everything that I can go to, and I can ask questions about, other plants and their usages and how to approach them and where to find them. And then I have the traveler Mullen, who loves to take me out and show me where all the other plants live. So I just really wanted to let you know about my horsetail experience this year. And obviously horsetail asked me not to, give up its location. It's just kind of like one of those feelings, like, does it really exist or does it not exist? And does it only exist for me? And is it in another... Jen! Come here. Here. Come here. And is it in like another, here. It's like in another dimension kind of a thing. But anyway. It does. Yeah, go right ahead.
Thanks. My wife's we're looking for shade.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so more people coming to enjoy, so it's telling me it's time to go. So anyway, thanks for listening.